Hello everyone and welcome back into another video. Today we're once again back in Warframe for another build, and this time we are having a look at Trinity Prime after the rework. This rework has been actually quite nice for her, and it has given her a lot of new potential, which means that she is now one of the best Warframes, at least for me. She's also very easy to use and is also able to pretty much become unkillable if you have all your abilities active. Anyways, that's enough introductions for now, so let's jump into the build. First of all, let's have a look at the new passive and abilities. The passive now actually does something interesting, which is it increases your health by 50% of Trinity's max energy. This also applies to all allies, and that includes companions in affinity range, and that means you can give everyone about like 400 more HP, which is very cool. Then we have Well of Life, which is her first ability. This has changed drastically. First of all, you can now have up to 3 targets instead of 1, which is much better. The duration has been increased, and the same goes for the radius. And while standing in the area, you are prevented any status effects, and you still get the whole healing and also some lifesteal, which is just great for survivability. And additionally, you also get a free revive if you happen to die inside the AoE, because the enemy affected by Well of Life will actually die in your stead. There is of course a cooldown on this revive, which is 1 minute, and you get a 5-second invulnerability after you die, so you don't just die again, I guess. It's very cool, and it makes this ability a lot better. Moving on to Energy Vampire, something very important has happened here, which is now the max pulse interval is 2.25 seconds, which means if you build for a lot of duration, you don't have to wait like 5 seconds for one energy pulse. It just happens at most every 2.25 seconds. And this also means that if you are running an EV build on Trinity, which means running low duration Trinity, that playstyle will still be viable because you can still get those 4 big pulses of energy. The third ability is called Link, and now this ability actually is affected by power strength, so the more power strength you have, the more enemies are affected by Link, which is great. And the duration has been increased, so that's just better overall. And you can recast the ability whenever you want, even if the ability is already active. And all these abilities, you can now cast them while moving. And finally, we have her fourth ability called Blessing. This has stayed pretty much the same. The difference is that it now has a longer duration. And additionally, you also do not lose the 75% damage reduction while recasting the ability, because that was a huge problem back then. And now that is not a thing anymore, because before, every time you cast your Blessing, and then recast ability, you would lose the damage reduction, and that now is not a thing anymore, which is just great. Let's now move on to the build, and let's start from the Archon Shards. I am currently using 2 Tauforge Azure Shards with energy maximum, because this will increase both my energy and also my HP because of the passive, so that's just 75 more HP for free. These 2 are completely not needed, and you can run something else instead, but it's just a fun little thing you can do. Moving on, I am running 2 Tauforge Crimson Shards with ability duration, and this is a no-brainer because duration on Trinity is always nice. And finally, 1 Tauforge Ember Archon Shard with casting speed, because her Blessing still takes quite a lot to cast. And additionally, I did remove Well of Life and instead subsumed Roar, because this ability just increases your damage, and since this build is focused on dealing damage, I just wanted to increase that. And of course there are many other abilities you can use instead of Roar, but Roar is the easiest one to acquire and the easiest one to use. Moving on to the mods, these are the ones I'm using. I have Combat Discipline in my aura to decrease my HP when I kill something, and this is pretty much going to be the only way we have to actually decrease our HP, because we have that much damage reduction. In my Exile slot, I'm running Endurance Drift to increase my energy and to gain some parkour velocity. This is just a comfortable mod, you can use anything else in here. I'm running Adaptation for more damage reduction, Prime Continuity for more ability duration, Stretch for more range, but you can replace this mod with something else if you feel comfortable with the base range of Link. And that's because Link prevents status effects on yourself, and that also includes self-staggers, so that's why I want my Link to always be targeting something. Umbral Intensify and Umbral Vitality together to gain a lot of power strength and also a lot of health. Prime Flow to increase my energy and also my HP. Champion's Blessing to gain more crit chance for primary and secondary weapons for 30 seconds depending on how much percentage I am healing. This percentage includes all the healing you do on allies as well, so the more targets you heal, the more percentage you get in form of crit chance, which is great. Champion's Blessing is only affected by ability duration and not power strength, so you can only get a maximum of 350% crit chance. And finally, Nida's Hatred for more health and ability duration. The Arcanes I'm using are Mortal Augmented and Arcane Blessing. These are to increase my ability strength and also my health by a lot. Mortal Augmented will increase the damage bonus we get from Roar, will also increase how much energy we get per take on Energy Vampire, will also increase how many targets are affected by Link, so that's also very good. And that's pretty much it, because Blessing is capped at 75% damage reduction, so we don't need more than 155% strength on Trinity. Moving to the weapons, I'm using Strum Prime, Furies and Falcor, and that's because I just like these weapons. You can use whatever weapons you like, but these are the ones I enjoy playing with. And these are the current evolutions and the build for the Strum Prime. I have full videos on the builds if you want to check those out. This is the Furious, and these are the current evolutions and the mods and the Arcane I am using. And finally on my Falcor, the build is a bit old but it still works, so yeah, you can still use it and it will take care of enemies. I'm also using Madurai, and that is because of 50% cast speed and 40% more power strength. That's mostly because I want to increase the damage bonus I get from Roar. And the pet I am using is the Panzerlupafila, because this pet spreads viral like there's no tomorrow, and this is the build I have on my Panzer. It's a very basic build and you can replace any of the mods for the ones you prefer. And the clothes are using this build that also features one of the new mods from the 1999 update, which is Radon Clothes, and that means I can now get Radiation, Magnetic, Toxin and Slash on my cat. So those are just 4 more statuses I can apply on enemies, which is very good. And that's pretty much the whole build. I'll now try and showcase it a bit here in the Simulacrum, although this build works best in an actual mission because you need to take damage from many enemies to actually reduce your HP, and that is the only way we have to get more crit chance. So yeah, it's gonna be hard in here, but I'll try. And what we're going to do is cast our Blessing and our Link, so we don't just get instantly staggered all over the place. And yeah, we'll now just stay here and take some bullets to the face. And now I'm actually losing some HP, as you can see. It might take a while, because again, we have a lot of damage resistance. Now I have about 500 HP, so I can use my 4 and get my shields and my HP up to 100%. And I also gain 67% Champion's Blessing bonus. That means 67% crit chance for my primary and secondary weapons. This buff will only increase every time I use Blessing. It does not get reduced to 0. I'll show you right now. It went to 84 now. So every time you use your Blessing, it just refreshes the timer, and it does increase the amount of crit chance you get depending on how much percentage HP you are healing. So that's pretty much the only thing that matters. And I mean, we of course have access to a bunch of other stuff, and yeah, we can take care of enemies in seconds because well, our weapons are just that strong, plus crit chance bonus, damage bonus from Roar, you know, all that fancy stuff. And our cat is spreading viral on all enemies, so yeah, not gonna be that hard to pretty much kill all the enemies, and that's pretty much what's gonna happen. This build is more of a solo player build, so if you are trying to find a support Trinity build, this might not be the one for you, but it still will work in co-op because I guess of Roar and Blessing, and that means everyone will be able to deal more damage and not die. Anyways, I will now leave you guys to the showcase where I test this build in a 10-minute survival in Steel Path against Grenier enemies. This way you can see how beautiful Trinity is and also how powerful she can be. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Have a great rest of the day, and bye-bye.
There's a beauty in the way you lay, and the way your color fades. You stand out now with your imperfections. Oh, it was never meant to fall apart. It was not supposed to cause us harm. But these days all I do is wonder, is it better now that we could start again? In the pain there's something real. Oh, that anger so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel. Just let me hold. Oh, that's severed.
courage. I'd have the courage, yeah. And it's tough to let go even after all of this time. You are the reason why I'm fucked up, was drugged up. I looked up 'cause I believed in all those lies. That you loved me, you never loved me. I don't know how to accept that what you did still colors me black. And it's got me like, I feel so, Made this void now, you don't look back. And it's got me like, I feel so, that's what you did. That's what you did. What you did still colors me black. And it's got me like, feel so. Made this void now, you don't look back. It's and I still see you smiling when you said to me, don't be a crybaby. And I've been told that you move